Let's begin. All signs reading. All right. So, right away I noticed that the death card came up, but death is not death in tarot. Death represents transformation. It can mean the cycle of life and so forth, but it really, in a general reading, it has more to do with transformation. And got to thinking about something, I was watching this feed on my YouTube, and it had Neil Tyson DeGrasse, or whatever his name is, and he was talking about how there really is nothing after death, scientifically. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, you must be ignoring the NDE experts, and one particular guy that has devoted his life to studying near-death experiences, because there's definitely another consciousness beyond our life. And there's just no doubt about it. There's just been too many stories. People that were physically dead, heart stop. I mean, I would say when your heart stops and brain activity has ceased, that is death. And people have seen things, and they're very similar. They're not all the same. That is one thing that is very interesting, is that not everybody's experience is the same. But there are certain things that tend to, that everybody says. But the message here is that we are going through transformation. For those of you that are Christians, you know that we must die to ourself and to our own desires and things like that, and we must serve others. And death to self is a really hardcore thing to grasp, But whatever's going on here, we are going through a transformation. I think of that scripture that says, we go from glory to glory. Well, transformation is part of that. We change. We go into, it's like that cocoon. I think it's a butterfly. It starts out as this larva, and it goes from this one stage to another stage, and then to another stage, and next thing you know, a beautiful creature comes out. And it's this butterfly that only lives, I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is true, but I think it's like a day. So if you see a butterfly, you're actually seeing something very special. And interestingly, talking about near-death experiences, somebody said, that I was listening to recently, said that when they were in this other dimension, the butterflies, it was almost like they were singing, spiritually. It was this very supernatural thing, but the most simplest things of immense importance in this time that this person was on the other side, I don't know. But this is where we are. We are all changing. We are all going from one thing to another. And sometimes things have to die around us, or situations must die, or some connection must die that we have been involved with, or some habit must die. Death of our pride, death of our ego. There's all kinds of things that need to be terminated. And so I don't know what this is about, but this is the position that we are in. We are in some type of transformational energy. And the challenge is Six of Swords, finding peace and tranquility, finding a place where we can rest, a place where we can feel safe, and so forth. Underneath, in the subconscious, is the Ace of Pentacles. That is a new opportunity for stability that we're wanting. And I feel what we're wanting it with, most of us, is total emotional happiness with that Ten of Cups. In the recent past, we felt left out in the cold. We felt like somebody let us down, somebody betrayed us, somebody did not care for us. I was listening to this guy the other day. I think he's not Jordan Peterson, Jesse Peterson. He's a black guy. And he says 99% of most of people's problem is that they have unforgiveness towards their parents. He says it's very simple. Forgive your parents. They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You think you can do better? You know, you don't know until you have some situation where you're in it. But they're just people. And he makes a point of most everybody that he debates with, when he starts digging into them personally, he finds out within just a few minutes that they've got an issue with their parents. And most of us, our parents did shit to us, and we didn't forgive them, or we just flat out never got over it. And it's pretty sad, but it's a lot of the problem. In that sense, Freud might have been correct a little bit in that sense. But somebody did not love us, somebody did not acknowledge us, somebody left us feeling like we were inadequate. And as a result of that, we did see the truth with the Sun card. And now what lies ahead of us is facing the fact that we were betrayed. What must you do to succeed? What does Spirit say you must do to succeed? By the way, before I continue, underneath this whole reading, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. But this is about being content with what you have, because riches and money and all that will never bring true happiness. Nine of Cups is about being content. But your advice, what does Spirit say your advice is? Your advice is to spend time with Source. Take a break. Consider what you have. Be thankful for what you have. Spend time with Source. Talk to God. Go with God. You can't go wrong. Some of us just need to get away. Go out to the woods. Go out to the lake. Go somewhere. Take a ride on your motorcycle. Take a ride on your bicycle out on on a path. Go sit out there and feed the ducks. Go do something, but get away from the cell phone. I know I've been finding myself sitting there and everywhere I go, I'm looking, and people are just looking at their phone. Everywhere you go, I'll be driving down the freeway, and every person I pass by, they're looking at their phone while they're driving 75 miles an hour. Spirit says, you want to succeed? Spend time with me. That means nobody else, just you alone with the Creator. What's affecting this situation? Another four, the Four of Pentacles. Holding back and holding on. Holding back because you're holding on to the past. And in your overall projected outcome, all signs, you will be giving of your time and your resources. Some of you may be hiring somebody. Okay. Let's get a clarifier on that Six of Pentacles. What are we giving to? Or what are we supposed to give to? Or it can also be that we are to balance the scales in some situation where maybe somebody didn't feel like they got everything. So in other words, over here, you're sitting here feeling like you got left out in the cold in the recent past. And in your overall projected outcome, Spirit says, spend time with me. And he says, give, pay it forward. So, very hard to do, isn't it? It's hard for me to do. I know that's, I was just, I don't usually give to homeless people because I know half of them are scamming everybody over in Des Moines, downtown Des Moines. There's been guys that have on YouTube that have followed these guys home, and they found out they got better vehicles than most of us, and they drive home to a house. So not all of them are legitimately homeless. But I will every once in a while, if I feel like I'm supposed to, I will, but it's to your discretion. That one flipped. Interesting. Man, you can't say it any clearer than that. This is very specific to all of us. We are to give in justice. In other words, it's almost as if we are supposed to make it right somehow, and possibly it may have to do with money. Pentacles energy is time and resources, so it can be you're supposed to give to some situation. Others of you cannot give your time because you don't have any time, like myself, in which case what I will do is I will give of my finances to something if I can't actually do anything. It's not a bad reading, but we are being admonished to give towards something. I feel with these two cards right here, felt like we were left out in the cold. Maybe the whole situation died. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Only you know what this is about. You're going to have to come back. We'll take a look at the energies and see if the energies have shifted. If you found yourself getting resonated with this message, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you could be alerted when I upload new videos. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.